G'day guys, it's Galvin from the Cartridge Company in New Zealand. I wasn't doing this job today, but fate has it that I'm going to need to do this job today. We've got a Soarer here and it's decided it wants to stall. Now it's been sitting for a couple of days. The battery was not flat and it started up initially and it was okay. I drove it a little bit and now it won't hold an idle almost straight away. It drove for about 500 meters from the house down to the workshop. So I'm going to do some testing. I'm going to resolve this problem as fast as I can. Now a bit of understanding on the Soarer and the 1UZ idle systems, the idle speed on the non-VVTi, they're a dumb system. And I don't mean physically they're a dumb system. What I mean is they just aim the stepper motor for a certain number of steps and it is assumed that everything else is okay, that there are no air leaks, that the fuel mixtures are all correct, the oxygen sensors are working, the computer's in good order, and the engine hasn't worn at all. And then it should idle properly. And of course assuming is a really bad thing. So often as the engine wears and other things happen and the ignition system deteriorates, they end up with some stalling issues. So one thing to do is make sure that the rest of the system is okay. This one has got a rebuilt computer. This one has had the ignition system gone through and it's had the fuel system cleaned. So it's most likely not one of those. Most likely, but we're not going to write it off. So first check I'm going to do is that the ECU is resetting the stepper motor power correctly. I have a test light into the plus B on that port. It is the same power that feeds to the stepper motor on these vehicles, on this one. Have we got it there? We got that there? I can reach inside and then turn the key on. And we see we've got power. That's not going to work because I need to put my foot on the accelerator to make it run. Let's try again. We're going in here and here like this. I'm going to hold the foot on the throttle. Now I'm going to turn the power off. I'm going to count 1, 2, yeah, there's about 3. ECU is holding the power on for a few seconds after you turn the key off. After I turn the key off. So that is doing what it should. I'm okay with that. Next I'm going to start it. I'm going to just check inside here. So this is what it's doing. Pretty much if I check in here that there's no strange lights or anything happening weird. Now I am holding my foot on the throttle. The engine is not fully warm. So even as this warms up, is there a fault here? No, it's just holding it idle now, it's warmed up a bit, and then it doesn't. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to warm it all the way up. See if it actually holds an idle. I would like to check the fault codes on the ECU. I would like to check for air leaks. We have just had it apart, so there's possible that there is a leak there. However, in this case, my thoughts are that the stepper motor bearings are getting a bit sticky. And they were actually on my list of, hey, we should just do them anyway. And then it's decided to actually exhibit this problem. Brake clean, the used carb clean, and I'm just gonna And we'll hear a change in the way it runs. Nope, nothing there. Okay. I'm going to remove this cover here, there and there. I'm going to remove these screws, 1, 2, and there's a third one. I'm going to remove the idle speed control without removing the whole body. Bottom screw in here. Sometimes the hose clamp gets in your way. You want to flick the hose clamp out of your way. Magnet it out. Doesn't want to pop out nicely. The pintle is fully extended, which isn't ideal for what I'm trying to do. This is, however, that one's stripped. The easiest way to rebuild an IAC on a UZ without pulling the whole unit off. The guts of this plug has fallen apart, so we'll replace that as well. Is it going to come off nicely? It is. Then we slip it out. And there we have it. And you see the guts of that one, it's all fallen apart, so we will be replacing that as well. It's dirty, it's yucky, let's pull it apart, let's change some bearings. Tiny wee screws. This is not the ideal position because if I lose these, they will run away down the quad bike. But it's nice and light out here. The nut just fell off in my finger. We will of course clean the tip off. Pays to have a clean tip. And we will clean inside the body of the unit as well. I'm meaning inside where this tip goes. It actually feels alright. Maybe a bit dry. They're a bit notchy, but they're not all grindy like I was hoping. But it's still good maintenance. Right, I put a puller on, I'll put the bearings on. I've got another video doing them, and then we'll pop it back together and continue with our diagnosis. So I use a simple puller like this. This bearing, when I put it back on, I just, on it goes. That's the metal end, and there's the plastic end. Much firmer, much nicer. Onto here it screws on. And it should pull that pintle back. See? Notice your pintle's also clean. Clean my tip. Washer in there like a spring washer. Check that that gasket is good. It is. I've got spare O-rings if necessary. And I've got plenty of bearings. Well, I did. I need to order more now. I do these quite a lot. And this will only go one way, and we screw it back together. Now I have also cleaned inside that where this pintle sits now. Alright, let's pop it back together. Oh, wait, I didn't talk to you about resistance check. Can we see the multimeter? Yeah, we can. Good. No, we can't. No, we can't. No. And then we have around about 30 is good. Don't worry too much about the exact number. Worry more that they're pretty even. And we go to the other center hole, center wire, pin. That's a pass. Which I'm glad, because I just put bearings in it. Let's pop it back on. It's going to be easier to put back in because I've screwed the pintle back in. It's kind of cheating a little bit. Make sure that O-ring in there is good too. Now, if you did move that hose clamp, make sure you put it back on. Like that. Okay. I'm just going to repair that. We'll be back in a moment to start it up. Right, let's start it. Took a moment to start because of the brake clean that I put through it. There's a whisper of smoke coming past me. We appear to have 1000 RPM. I've not done anything else. When it starts, it's got a flare, which is nice. Well, it seems to be doing what it should. I was kind of thinking there might have been something else, but doing those bearings has solved this one's problems, and it was that easy. I've been at this for about less than half an hour. So, real simple, a set of bearings. I did have to do that plug on that coil as well, that connector. I'm going to pop the covers back on it, take it for a test drive, check it drives all nicely like it should, and we will report back. Test drive reveals it's doing what it should. Come up to traffic lights, not that there's any traffic lights out where I am. Come up to stops, it idles beautifully, and first thing in the morning it idles up and does what it should. Turns out it was a simple set of bearings that sorted the problem, solved the issue. So I'm pretty happy about that. Nice and simple one. And move on to the next thing. Hope that's been helpful. Again soon. Catch you later.